In this video, I asked you guys over on Discord to send me the figures you've made. All those said figures have been combined into this one wheel. I'll spin for 3 of them, animate them, and then rate my experience after. But before we start, this video is sponsored by me. By joining to become a channel member for just $2.99 a month, you can get early access to videos, a shout out every video, and everything else shown on screen. And if you like this kind of content, I really hope you consider liking and subscribing, as it helps me out a ton. Alright, enough jibber jabber, let's get on to the wheel. Okay, here we go. We have all the names of the people that submitted their figure to me. If it isn't already obvious, I have a sore throat and I'm a little bit sick, so bear with me. I won't lie, bear with me. But we've all seen the intro. I spin whatever name it lands on. I animate their figure and I give a rating after. Let's give it a spin. And the first fig is by Ask. Okay, let's get rid of you. And here are the figures submitted by Ask. These are pretty simple, and you know what? I appreciate that, but I'm gonna save my rating for the end because this fig has multiple transformations. I guess I'll just animate him going from the base to Super Saiyan. Yep, I'm not oh my god. Okay, movable hairs. You know what? It's a love-hate relationship with these, but we'll trek through. I might also talk a little bit less because, you know, sore throat. But here we go. It's kind of like that one animation I did. I'm probably gonna find it and pop it up on screen, but it's a Vegito one. Who on earth is it's an animation I did where dude flies up in the air a little bit and then he transforms. So that's what I'm kind of gonna make here. Now my question, oh, it is layers. Oh, that's beautiful. So what I like to do, the back leg, just tint that a little bit darker, makes it easier to see. Same with the back arm. Okay, 15 FPS. I'm gonna do pose to pose just because I haven't animated in a minute. Alright, that's basically the pose is done. Now we gotta add the in-betweens. This is going to be the last frame before transformation. Now we can delete all this. I might add hair physics just because it's an option. I feel like I got to use this fig to its potential, you know. You know what? I will add hair physics just because I can. I actually don't know how to animate hair physics, so you know, it's a first for everyone, and there's a first for everything. So if this looks bad, forgive me, you know. I'm just looking at the onion skins. It's really helping me right now. Okay, the hair physics looks really bad. I try not to triple frame as much as I do. If you watched my last video, I don't think I triple framed once. It was about 15 FPS. I'm definitely trying to be a little bit less lazy, but for videos like these, especially because I have the sore throat and I'm sick. Oh my god. You think if I just this one frame and move this, that actually doesn't look bad. Okay, you know what? I'll keep the hair. You guys can say what you want about it. I don't care. You guys are wondering why I don't just wait until I'm not sick. You tell me. Devoted to the game. I'm devoted. Gotta get a video out for you guys. Long form one, you know. Alright, now it's time to add the effects. Let's actually do the hair first. You know what? I mess with it. Feel like it's fine. Gotta add the effects. Maybe an impact frame. Guess I'll color the background black. Make you white. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Actually don't. I'm just freeballing it, but we'll color this white to this frame. Maybe this frame. And ash. One. We'll color this one white. Blur. We'll put that there. Okay, yeah. We gotta add the charge up. And then we need some aura. I already have a lot of, but I guess it's cool to pass some on. I haven't animated a transformation in a really long time. That's why I kind of like doing these videos. You'd be surprised how long it's been since I've done something like this. It's kind of great to practice a little. Maybe one more impact. Perfect. That's beautiful. There we go. Oof. Again, I'm sorry I didn't talk much. I would have definitely explained a little bit more, but I was totally locked in. What does that say? Oh, whoa. Even touching my keyboard, it just kind of typed that itself. That's kind of weird. Here's the animation on screen right now. I don't think you guys know that when I say here's the animation, it's not a voiceover. I'm just imagining animation in front of me. Clean transformation, especially because I haven't done one in a minute. I surprised myself, you know, I'll admit I surprised myself. And you know what? I completely forgot to rate the figure. So here we go. You know what? I like that it's in layers. That's always a good thing. I like that the hairs are movable. It gives you the option, you know. It's either it gets in the way or it gives you the option to animate the hair if you want to, like I did. And I like that there's what, 6 different transformations. I can't count, can I? 1 2 3 4. I was 2 off. That's kind of crazy, but I like that there's 4 transformations. That's pretty cool. I don't know the name, but yeah, overall out of 5 stars, I would give this a 4.6 out of 5. You did great, man. It was really fun to animate this figure. And just so you guys know, I'm not sugarcoating anything. If I spin a figure and it's really bad, I will say it's really bad. So a 4.6 is actually really good in my books, at least. This is a great figure. Thank you for sending it in, and on to the next one. Now that we have the first animation down and the first figure down, we can spin again for our second figure. Let's see who it is. We are animating Ken YZ's figure. Now I'm actually not gonna animate this figure, and you'll see why at the end. So let's spin again, and we are don't Jace. That was awfully close. You guys change your usernames after you send me your figs. Okay, I'm gonna take a guess and say that this was Jace before they changed their username. Let's get rid of you. And here's the fig he sent in. Now it is only one frame, but that's not what I rated off. Like the last figure, the hairs are also movable. Overall, right now, from what I'm seeing, the fig doesn't look that bad. It looks a little bit basic though. I'm not sure what I'd do with this. Maybe I'll do a flying punch combo. I think that's my best bet here. And you can cancel me, but I'm just gonna rip the background. Give me that. All right, let's actually get you a punching bag. Oh, you know what? I've come to my conclusion that I can't really spell. It's not something I grew up on, you know, the act of spelling. So yet again, I'm gonna do pose to pose. This time I'm not gonna animate the hair. I'm sorry if it feels like bias. Let's do pose to pose. It's a lot of Dragon Ball characters. Let's hope the wheel for the last spin, it does something original. And I've noticed that there is no layering. If I just, oh, there is. Fair play. You know what? I won't lie, fair play. It's not on the legs, I don't think. Oh, I was wrong again. Yeah, it looks amazing. Might be the most choppy animation I think I've ever made. You know, I actually changed my mind. It looks like, if you really look at it, it looks like he's charging up like a key blast. That's what I'm gonna, let's actually move this guy over here, move the camera. So I'm gonna make him shoot a key blast instead of punch the guy. Like I said, you know, I haven't animated in a minute. It's a hit or miss for me. I'm not ashamed to admit that. Actually, I am a little. Alright, the base animation is down. Now it's time to actually add the effects. I have an idea. So there's one frame. One. Let's turn it like that. It looks like he threw it. You know what? Maybe I am just a stick node pro. An explosion. I have no clue what I'm doing, y'all. I don't think there's much more I can do to this. Said this before, I forgot which video. I said this before, but switch frames and it doesn't stay on the same little tab up here. That's really annoying, because now I gotta, you misclick and it'll tell you what to do if you're having lag problems. I don't want to know that. See, it literally just happened. Now, I'm gonna try to not let my horrible animation get in the way of me rating this figure. It'd probably pop it up on screen. But yeah, I don't like this animation. I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't. But definitely could have put a lot more effort into the special effects, or the visual effects, I should say. They could have put a bit more effort into that. But hey, I'm tired, man, and we have a lot more content ahead in this video. So like I said, stick around till the end. On to rate it. This figure is really just basic, to be frankly. It didn't feel like I was doing anything any different, animating any other fig. That makes sense. I like that it has shoulders. That's always a sweet touch. There's nothing to say about this figure. I know the previous figure was kind of the same with the Dragon Ball Z OC, but at least that one had some time. That one had different transformations and stuff. Her style is pretty cool, but that is the only unique thing about this fig, fortunately. It's fun to animate though. I'm gonna give this one 3.7 out of 5 stars. Again, thank you for submitting your figure, and on to the last one. Okay, last but certainly not least, we have the final kind of person figure that I don't know what to say. This is the final animation of the day, and this wheel is gonna decide which fig or whose fig we're gonna animate. Let's give it a spin, and it's Hawk. He's actually an honorable mention. He's not supposed to be on the wheel, and I want to give everybody a fair chance, and you'll see why he's an honorable mention later. But let's give it another spin, see who we get. Clyde. Let's get rid of you. And here's the figure. Okay, we've got a front view and we've got a side view. That's always nice. Everything is animatable, or everything is manipulatable. He manipulated you again? Now this guy didn't give me his powers or anything like that, but you know, he looks like a speedy kind of guy. He looks a little bit stealthy as well, like a ninja almost. So I think that's what we're gonna animate. Speed into frame, stop for a little bit, catch his breath, and then speed back out. Should be pretty simple. Let's get the pose to pose going. Yeah, but you know, how you guys been doing? You know, at the time of recording, Thanksgiving break, you know, it's in 2 days, and man, the amount of food I'm gonna eat, I promise you guys I'm not fat. In fact, I'm the opposite, to be fair. But the amount of food I eat, man, be surprised. I promise you'd be surprised. I've sort of just been, you know, kicking it as of lately, slacking if you will. Whenever I find the chance to record a video, I'll do it. Whenever I find the chance to get a video idea, I do it. I have a whole list of video ideas that I've written down. Oh, it's layered. Huh. All the figs I've used so far are layered. That's pretty cool. Alright, I think I got the base animation down. Now it's time for the effects. The cherry on top. in this video, I asked you guys over on YouTube to send me 3 random emojis, and you guys did not disappoint. There's actually 118 submissions at the time of me recording. Now, obviously, I can't animate all of that, so I've decided to randomly pick 3 submissions that I'll be animating in today's video. But before the video starts, I want to thank all you guys for 3,000 subscribers. It's been a great year, and I want to go into the new year with more videos like this. So, you know, if you agree with me, if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe. No, it's one button, but it helps me out a ton. Hope you enjoy the video. Alright, it's been so long since I recorded that intro that I've literally uploaded a whole other video. Goes to show how long I procrastinate, I guess. Let's go to the community tab here, and it actually bumped up to 124 submissions, so that's pretty cool. I don't really have a concrete way to, you know, to pick one of these, so I'm just gonna scroll up and down. It's gonna be this one. Okay, so this one is submitted by YN.70, and it's a hedgehog, a blue circle, and a lightning emoji. You don't have to be a genius to figure out what he's trying to get me to animate here. And you know what? I'm gonna deliver. But I'm gonna switch it up a little bit because I don't want to just animate a regular Sonic. I've actually been trying to find a reason to use this figure for a minute now. But, you know, we finally have that chance. Now, I don't know what I want to do for this animation. So, obviously, I want him to, you know, dash into frame. And I also want to use this background. Look how cool this is. Genuinely, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Look, dude. Oh, is that... Come on. Come on, is that not the coolest thing you've ever seen? Let's give this a parallax. That's just so, you know, it moves with the camera like that. Okay, so, like I said, I want him to dash into frame and, I don't know, do something. Do a backflip. I have no clue. You know what? What if instead of a backflip, he does a front flip and he turns into the little, you know, the little Sonic ball. It's on screen right now. You know what I'm talking about. Alright, now he's gonna, you know, go into... I know I haven't been talking a lot. Like, now he's gonna go into the role, though. Alright, I'm just gonna get... There we go. Just gonna turn into this ball right here. Loki loops. And we just need a smear. Exactly which one I'm looking for. There it is. If we can maybe like this. Honestly, I don't know what I just made. Alright, let me lock in and do some camera work and stuff like that. Oh yeah, it's looking good. Do that. If I tint him, boom. Okay, we're done. Yo. Okay, that's the finished product. It's okay. I won't lie, it's okay. It's a good animation. Thanks for sending this one in. We're gonna move on to the second one. Alright, we already know how the drill goes. Also, I'm at 3.4K now. Actually, a lot of stuff has changed. My microphone kind of broke, so, you know, that's on me. But not to worry, because that guy Hawk came in clutch and donated $30 so I could get a new one. So here we are. Let's go over to the community post and spin again. So just like last time, I'm gonna scroll up and down, and whichever one it lands on, that's the one I'm gonna animate. I'm just gonna count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, Mar Animations. This one one is a skull, a demon emoji, and like a, I guess he's dead. Alright, my plan for this animation is a little bit conflicted. I low-key do not know what to do. We're gonna thug it out though. We're gonna see what we come up with. So a skull, a demon, and a shocked face. Actually, for this animation, I'm gonna keep the default figure for once. You get to live for now. Let's brighten the scene up a little bit, give him a shadow, and let's get to animated. So my storyboard for this, actually, let me just show you. I actually need a skull figure first. Oh, my days, perfect. Let's just open you up. Boom. All right, so my plan is gonna find this skull on the floor, pick it up, because, you know, I don't know. And I actually need to make a fig for the next part. Well, not make a fig, it's more like a recolor. And then boom, like it grows a body, it turns into a skull. Trust the process, okay? Trust the process. Speaking about process, let's get animated. First and foremost, I don't want to animate a walk cycle, so I'm just gonna skip right to the part where he picks it up. Let's just lead into the scene with this ominous zoom. Alright, looks good. I'm just anticipating for him to grab with this arm right here. Doing a little bit of an arc motion, you know. Arm goes to the right, it goes down, and it starts going to the left. Alright, he's grabbed onto it. By the way, the whole demon part, because I know it's a skull, then a demon, then a shock emoji, or dead. The whole demon part is the skull coming to life. Just for clarification. Alright, now it's time for that second part of the storyboard where he grabs it up. Alright, this is like the part of the animation where it's a little bit awkward and you want to quit. Trust me. Like every single animation has that phase, but trust. You gotta believe in yourself, okay? I'm actually gonna switch it up a little bit. Gonna have him throw the skull. Look at that throw. Bang. A couple more ease in frames. Okay, Edit and Rasby here. I didn't really explain the process in this time lapse here because I don't know. I guess I was locked in. But basically my plan for the skeleton to come to life is to like shoot it out one limb at a time and then he'll grow from there. This is like his leg shooting out of the skull. You'll see it later when I show the full animation. I just spit all over my screen making that noise. Alright, we're gonna add blood effects. Trust me, guys. Tint it all the way white. There you go. My day is perfect. Absolutely beautiful. I'm a genius. We're gonna add the second. Actually, I'll do that later. We'll add them one at a time. We'll actually add a little bit of curve to this one. Let's zoom out. Actually, this be the color of the legs. It's the color of the legs. Okay. Let's add the second segment before I forget. This is gonna be the second leg. I don't know how I'm gonna make the morphin. That's gonna be difficult. I can't lie. Okay, wait. I might be cooking. I might be cooking. I did have an idea while I was animating. Turn down the thickness and have it grow. Oh, way better. Let's do the camera work for this part. Alright, camera work. Yeah, I like it. Cooking, we're cooking. I told you guys, once you get past that little awkward phase, everything just clicks. It's also good because I've literally never used these blood effects until now. Been rotting away in my library. Reason why I do these videos. I mean, like, it's good to have the practice, but it's also good to use new things. Now we can add the stick figure. Gonna be crouched down. Actually have all his limbs just like coming out. Let's just add like one giant blood movie clip just to hide the bad animation I can't. Alright, looking good, looking good. Yo, it doesn't even look bad. Alright, it's the next day. I didn't really do that many things off camera. The most noticeable is that I just added these two little segments that are supposed to be the arms. So that's about the only thing. Alright, before I add the other stick figure though, I do want to I had an idea to solidify the more like, because right now we just have the skull part of the you know, the skull demon dead emoji thingy. So to have the little demon part, I'm gonna have him like charge up and then he's gonna open his mouth like that. Kind of like Undertale. Yo! Like an Undertale, like he's gonna blast like a red beam. You know what yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I'm actually do pose to pose first. It's kind of weird because the way it's layered, I can't really have this arm overlap the other, so it's gonna be a weird pose. But you know, he charges up and then he releases. It's gonna be like a red laser beam or something like that, so you know it's a demon. Yeah, I'm gonna actually change the pose here and just have the arms like this instead of all the way up. A little bit easier to animate. Now it's time for the ease in. Alright, yeah, I feel like we definitely got somewhere, and I did that first try. Alright, now he's gonna, you know, lash out. Let's do crazy exaggeration, like his back is... Paw, kind of like a smear frame, I guess. Boom, watch that blast. Okay, I'm actually messing with. I want him to just turn back into a skull at the end. Bro, this might actually be the most intricate animation I've done for a challenge video. Like, this is a whole story, yo. Yeah, I was originally just gonna have him come to life and then that'd be the end, but I don't know what's happened. And then his body is just gonna disappear. Wait, I could do a loop. Wait. If we can just somehow get the skull from here to here, that's easy. Alright, yeah, I think I got it to loop. Okay, that is all the movements for the skeleton. Now we can finally go and animate the default figure. And then we'll do like the special effects and all that stuff. First though, I didn't do the camera work. Not even gonna do a time lapse, just a quick jump cut. 3, 2, 1, boom! There we go. Alright, now we can add the default figure, starting from this frame right here. I'm actually gonna make it a movie clip. He's gonna be all scared. I'm gonna make him take like a step back. Yo, this animation has taken 3 days. Oh, did I mention that it's day 3 now? Yeah, I don't get a lot of time to record, as crazy as it sounds. So, you know, whenever I get the chance, I got you guys. He's actually gonna cower in fear, which I feel like that's a little bit more realistic. I mean, if I was in that situation, I would do the exact same thing. I can't lie. All right, let's see what it looks like. Oh, you guys thought you were gonna get to see the animation. No, that's not how it works. Wait until the end. You'll see how this turns out. But let's add those special effects and make the background red. All right, now let's add that laser. And one more thing I want to do is that when he charges up, the background's darker. Alright, now we got the little charge up. I want to add one more thing. It's going to seem weird. This Kamehameha charge up. Perfect movie glue. You can put that right here on his mouth. Let me give it a little bit of a glow. Okay, now you guys can see the finished product. Honestly, the fact that this took 3 days, a little bit insane. I know. But again, I recorded for like 14 minutes yesterday. Now this is like a 5-minute recording. So, but about this animation, you know what? It doesn't look like it doesn't look like it would take 3 days to animate. It does look good. That doesn't mean that it doesn't. It does look good. Glad that this one told like a story instead of just a simple action like my other animations. This one actually told a story a little bit. This is also like a 9-minute segment, almost a 10-minute segment. I actually don't know. I haven't edited it yet. I mean, I guess it shows the quality. This is a really great animation, and I'm really proud of this one. It told a story, like I said. Let's move on to the third and final 3 emojis that I'm going to be randomly picking for today's video. Okay, I know you guys aren't going to believe me. I promise you guys are not going to believe me. I did the whole intro and everything, and then when I opened stick notes to check, like you can see at the top of the screen, there's a little red recording bar. That wasn't there when I opened stick notes. Luckily, I didn't start animating yet. I checked right before. You guys, I know you guys will not trust me, but I promise, I did the whole intro and everything. I just wasn't recording. But these are the 3 emojis that I spun on: a boxing emoji, a superhero emoji, and a super villain emoji. Okay, 2 days later, and after a lot of thinking, who better of a superhero to deliver a punch than One Punch Man himself? Now, I got a really simple figure on purpose because I'm gonna keep it 100. I want to get this done as soon as possible. As for the villain though, I don't really watch the anime, so I'm just gonna use this goblet right here. He looks pretty villainy. So of course I gotta tell you guys the storyboard. So I'm gonna keep this one very simple. I'm just gonna have him punch the ground right here, and then he's gonna jump up and like give him a little punch on the noggin, and that's basically how it's gonna go. So you know, let's actually do the blocking out. All right, so these are the 3 poses basically for the goblin, and it looks pretty bad right now, but let's turn up the FPS and actually get started with the in-betweens. I've actually never animated this goblin except for my 1K special, but even then it was really difficult. So we've got the little charge up. Now we can actually add the part where he slams down and then inevitably gets punched. Just add a crazy smear frame right here. Yeah, seems legit. And now he's crashed onto the floor where he will inevitably get punched. Now it's time to add One Punch Man. Let's do a little bit of camera work. I'm actually gonna zoom in on this part. If we can maybe ease into it. Time for the impact frame. I'm gonna do something simple, a little black and white. Okay, I know what you guys are thinking, and yes, I agree. This is hot. To be fair, I'm kind of rushing. I don't have a lot of time. Just a couple effects, maybe hide the bad animation. There we go. To anyone watching at home, I agree with you. This looks really bad. Like, might be the worst animation I've made for a video. You know, like I said, I really don't have a lot of time to do stuff like this, and it's already been way too long since I've uploaded. I'm not saying like, let me just put an animation together and get it over with, because I promise you the next couple videos are gonna be 30 times better than this one. You know, stick around. Summer of 2025, we're locking in. This animation doesn't even deserve as much screen time as it's getting right now. Alright, with that out the way, on to the special segment. This is kind of the outro, but also a special part of the video to give thanks to that guy Hawk, because without him, this video wouldn't even be possible. I mean, to go out of your way to spend $30 on someone you don't even really know personally, that's applaudable, and I thank you for that. And it's not even the mic, really. Like, these headphones, like, I use them every day around the house. So, you know, everybody in the comments, thank him. Like, you wouldn't even be able to comment on this video if it wasn't for him. Absolute legend, man. Hope you guys enjoy the compilation of the animations I made this video. I mean, I know the last one wasn't really that good, but again, for like the 15th time this video, I'm sorry. Like, I don't have a lot of time to record. Hawk, you are forever thanked for this generable donation. And, you know, happy Valentine's Day. In this video, I asked you guys over on Discord to send me the drawings that you've made. And out of the more than 30 submissions, I've decided to pick 3. Yeah, just 3. Also, I was planning to get this video done and over with before I hit 5K, but that didn't happen. So to make up for both, I want to thank all you guys for 5,000 and 6,000 subscribers. I said in my last video that this is gonna be, you know, a year where I make more of these videos. Even though I haven't been consistent, you guys gotta understand, like, I have school, I make all the thumbnails, I edit all the videos, I produce all the videos, like, it's all me. So if you're looking forward to more like this in the coming year, you know, subscribe and like. It takes only a second, but it helps me out a ton, and it shows me that you like these videos. So with all that out the way, let's move on to the first drawing. So the next submission actually comes from the person that suggested that I do this video, and he goes by the name of Stick Notes Guy. So here's the drawing. It's just me turning Super Saiyan, and I already know what you guys are thinking. But Razby, you don't have a Super Saiyan fig, and you'd be right. Or would you? Wait, or are you? Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in Raz Animation's history, we've done it. We have finally done it. Feast your eyes on greatness. Just absolute perfection. All thanks to my great friend Capsule. The yellow hair, the blue glasses, he's perfect. And this is the fig that we're gonna be animating with for this drawing. Oh, he's got muscles as well. Thank you to Cap for making this fig, and let's actually start animating. Now, the original drawing just has me, you know, standing there and turning Super Saiyan, but I want to mix it up just a little bit. So my plan for this animation is I'm gonna enter the oh my god, I'm gonna enter the screen in some way, and then I'm gonna be like boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm talking about? I kind of already have the image in my head. Can't really explain it. I guess I'll just have to, you know, animate and show you. In fact, I think I'm gonna just restart all of this. Okay, I can't lie, I got a little bit carried away. But, you know, here we are now. So I've basically gotten up to the part where it's time to transform. And I picked 17 FPS for this exact reason. Because impact frames don't work on lower FPS rates. I mean, they work, but like, you know, not as well. I know I skipped like half of this. I don't know what happened. I zoned out. But here's the man of the hour. We're gonna place him here and we're gonna animate. Okay, alright, it looks good, A lot of people always ask why your animation's so choppy, stuff like that. And to that I say, honestly, I don't care. Because what's it to you? What's it to you? I think that just proves that choppy animation doesn't equal bad animation. They never say it's bad, they just say it's choppy, really. I mean, as long as you can tell what's going on, is it really a bad animation? Alright, I actually don't know what to do from here on. I'm gonna just freeball. Alright, I want him to fly off screen, but the way it's kind of set up, or maybe he charges up a punch. You know what, that's smart, But yeah, I can animate smooth if I want to. I just don't want to. You know, simple as that. gonna actually add a tween frame. Don't hate on me, tween frames, you just gotta know how to use them. And here's where he, you know, blasts off. This is actually looking pretty good. And boom. Alright, so that's like the base animation. Looks pretty good. I like that charge up. Now it's time for all the fun effects, the good part. I'm gonna start it off, obviously, with the impact frame, which is about right here. Tint this all the way white. Tint that all the way white. And add some dashes. I'm just gonna place this around. Nothing too extravagant. Right, then we're gonna... I'm actually do something. I've been meaning to do this for years, but you basically just outline the figure with dashes. See how this looks? That doesn't actually look bad. And the next impact frame, I have to change everything black. I'm gonna change it up, just expand these a little bit maybe, and I'm gonna add that same movie clip, but instead make it this frame. That all the way black. See? Doesn't look bad. Now we're gonna add low, like the aura release. Something I'm definitely gonna add, the aura charge up. Can't wait for like the camera effects and all that. This is gonna look good. Try something else. This charge up. Alright, actually add, it's for layering. Layering is important, you know. It's just like art. Animation is art. Now that all that's out the way, I think the only thing left to do is the camera work. There hasn't been a lot of time lapses in this video. I'll leave this one in. Alright, I think this one's just about done. If I had to rate this animation, I'd honestly give it like, I think I'd give it a solid 8. It's like point blank 8. It's pretty short, it's pretty simple, and I think it does the drawing justice. So, you know, that's all that really matters. And you know, this was fun to animate. It was just overall fun to animate. When you start animating something and you know it's gonna be good, you can't stop working on it. And that's what happened with this one. And that's like, it's kind of good, but it's kind of bad. Either way, at the end of the day, it's a great animation. Thank you for sending this one in, and let's move on to the last one. Okay, so our first drawing of today comes by Boredom, and it's actually his OC, just, I guess, punching a bag. And he did actually send me a figure along with it, and you know what? That's always nice. That's always nice. So this is also a really cool drawing. You know what? I'll give you your flowers on this one. So yeah, pretty straightforward. He kind of already has like everything I need to do already set out right here, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not even gonna do pose to pose. I'm just gonna get into it. It's just a simple punch, really. Even though I'm not gonna use it, I should say that this has 2 thingies, so that's also pretty cool. I did a vote on my community poll asking people, oh, do you guys like longer time lapses than the shorter ones? And a lot of you guys voted longer. So, you know, I'm gonna test that out here, because I know what half of you guys do is just leave the video in the background, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Just make sure that you're subscribed. Alright, here comes the punch. I don't know how I'm gonna do the effects, but we'll thug it out. Alright, it's actually looking pretty good. If I use the drawing as an impact frame, guys, I might be onto something. I think I cooked. Alright, let me actually add the punching bag. Yeah, I've completely lost the plot. You know, maybe the punching bag, maybe he's tired of being punched up. What if he wants to be the punch bag? I don't know his story. Alright, now it's time to add the energy barrier. Since this figure has so many layers, can pretty much change the color of this to pink. Look how cool that is. Now for the actual final step, the camera work. Look at that. It really is the cherry on top. Alright, I'm gonna do some mining off camera, and then I'll come back to you guys with the final result. Alright, I'm finished with the mining off camera. So now you finally get to see the final product. This one only took about an hour, which for a simple punch, I guess that's fair. The drawing though, the drawing and the figure, I can tell the attention to detail. This is a really good submission, and that's the reason I picked it. Thank you for sending this one in, and let's move on to the second drawing. Okay, last but not least, the final submission. This one comes in by the Lazy Artist, and it's of their original character named Rilo. They actually told me what they want me to do with this. That is basically recreate like the Godzilla energy beam thing, if you guys know what that is. I mean, it's on screen, so now you do know what it is. And you know what? Compared to like the drawing, I like this. I like this fig. It looks like the drawing. You know, it's simple, not that many moving parts. I like it. Honestly, I'm just gonna jump right in. But just like the other two submissions, I'm gonna use the drawing as the background. So let's do that in 3, 2, 1. Boom. And even like the side by side, it's you know what, this is a 10 out of 10 submission. Good drawing, good fig. I like this. So yeah, let's get started. When I have them like basically just jump up like this and then end up in this position. So pretty simple. Now we just have to animate it. And for anyone wondering, yes, I'll animate the tail. Alright, so this is basically like the part that I was talking about where, you know, he jumps up. It's gonna be a really short one, actually. It's gonna be a really short video in general. I know you guys waited a long time, but you know, like I said, school, I have to do all this by myself. Not necessarily the animation that takes long. It's just everything else, you know. Alright, I think we made it to the drawing. This is like the exact pose. Alright, if you've made it this far in the video, first of all, thank you. Second of all, do not tell anybody in the comments that I said this, okay? But summer of 2025 this summer. Been getting a lot of requests. You guys, you can start expecting a collab. I've said it. Calm down, calm down, calm down. Hey. The details about it will not be revealed, but just know it's coming. So yeah, this summer you guys can expect a collab, and this summer you guys can expect like almost weekly uploads. I can't even. Obviously, I had a like goal my last video for part 2, and we smashed the like goal. So, a part 2 will be coming. But in the meantime, if you have a video idea, just say it. I read all the comments, heart the comments, tell me your ideas, man. And do not go in the comments and timestamp this part of the video talking about, oh, there's a collab coming. This is only for the people who have made it this far. Alright, we've got the base animation down, and before I do the effects, I actually want to do the tail and stuff like that. That's gonna take a little bit. It's also the reason I kept this animation short. I'm not doing this for like a 5-second animation. That's crazy. Alright, that's the tail, I guess, finished. Obviously, I can tweak it. Now I'm gonna move on to waistbands. And I want to recreate the image to a T, because look, this frame literally looks just like the drawing. All it's missing are these going the separate ways. Last but not least, we have to do the earrings. This one shouldn't take that long. Alright, now we can add the effects, and then probably what you guys have been waiting for, the camera. The cherry on top. I gotta say it every time, it's like it's a tradition now. Alright, this one's a little bit rushed, but maybe the camera work will save it. I think I zoomed in a little bit too much. Now I gotta do the camera work the second time. Fine, it's fine. You know what? Anything the video's longer. Alright, there we go. A little calm. Could use a little bit of polishing. I don't know what's gonna happen in between me recording this and me editing it. Maybe I might polish it a little. So what you see on screen might be different to what I'm rating it right now. But I mean, it's simple. Has a lot of moving parts. I like the fig. I like the drawing. I wish I could like honor it a little bit more, but I'm stuck on time. You guys gotta understand, like, I'm stuck on time. Yeah, overall, this is a very, very good submission. I like the drawing, I like the fig, I like the effects. Everything about this is sweet. Thank you for sending this one in. That's gonna wrap it up for this video. Wow, I guess roll the outro. 6 months ago, I uploaded a video titled Animating Your Figures. It was my first time trying a video like that, so I didn't expect much from it. But in the event that the video did do well, I asked 100 likes for part 2. I'll let you guys guess what happened. Yeah, so anyways, in this video, I asked you guys over on Discord to send me the figures that you've made. I'll pick 3 of my favorite submissions, animate them, and then give a rating at the end. For like the 50th time, if you guys enjoy these type of videos, please like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton, and it tells me that you like them. I don't want to bore you guys too much with this long intro, so let's move on to the first submission. Well, Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I know you guys missed me. It's actually been so long that there's a new stick notes update. So yeah, it's definitely been a minute. I don't even mind checking. It's actually been 3 months. Yeah, that's a fair long time. I know in the intro I said 6 months ago. It's been 9 now. So the first figure of today's video comes in by someone named Weathered, and it's like their Spider-Man OC. And I haven't actually, even though I started off this channel Animated Spider-Man, I actually haven't like done a proper animation in a while. So you know, that's what we're gonna do today. So this figure is 360, so that's pretty cool. I don't know how people make 360 figures, but you know, I commend you. I don't know how people make figures, period. But yeah, it's a pretty cool figure. I like it. And then the new stick nose update did come with like this docked like toolbar thing. I'm not gonna use it. Call me Yunk if you want. So there's so much I can do with this animation, but one thing I've been meaning to do for a little bit is like an animation. Where's it? I kind of want to do that sling sequence from Spider-Man the game. It's on screen right now, where like he slingshots himself basically. So so my plan for this animation is she's gonna fall onto the ground like this and then pull the web back and then, you know, slingshot. So yeah, pretty simple, and then I'll just like freestyle from there. I feel like there's a very easy concept, so yeah, let's get started with that. I'm gonna actually do keyframes. So this is the first keyframe where she's like falling, and then she's gonna fall like this and then have her hand out. Look at that. That's like fully stretched. But yeah, that's what we want, exaggeration. But yeah, let's do a little time lapse. So I basically like got the landing down, so I'm just doing easy and giving time for like the web to shoot out, because that's very important when you do Spider-Man animations. You gotta give your character time to shoot the web. So that's what I'm doing here. Alright, yeah, actually looks pretty good. God, it's so awkward to record this, man. I don't know if I should be giving a tutorial or not. It's not really a tutorial. I'm just kind of explaining what I'm doing. But you guys know what I mean? Like, it feels like I'm giving a tutorial. Also, this frame is garbage. What? One last double frame. You know, yo, I don't know what's going on. I haven't animated in 20 days. So, it's been a minute. Now, I'm gonna push off. Alright, I think that should be good. Let's do this pose here. I might have got the launch off perfectly. You know, I'm feeling really good about these past couple frames. Let's see. Wait, okay, maybe if I... Yes, guys, I am so proud of myself. Yes, yo, that actually looks so good. Guys, I'm cooking. Wow, I did not expect this for like my first animation in 20 days. I gotta say, I've outdone myself. I don't know what to do from here, low-key. I wanna at least get a swing in though. Like, it wouldn't be a Spider-Man swing without Spider-Man swinging, so. Honestly, I don't even know which arm is like shooting the web, but I mean, everything corresponds basically, I guess. And I was just talking about giving the web time to, I don't know, shoot, but oh, low-key, I broke my only rule. I'm just gonna do a smear of some sorts. Hope that works. Low-key did work. And just to end it off, she's gonna smash into a wall. This is low-key kind of, this is gruesome. Oh my gosh. But it's meant to look like a bug, because it's like a spider. Let's see. I guess. Alright, that might be the animation. And I just need to add like the effects and stuff like that. And also the camera work and the build-ins. It's gonna take a very long time. I think we are due for a time lapse. And you know what? I think we're done. Pretty simple little Spider-Man animation. If I had to rate this figure, I'd give it... Actually, let's just talk about the animation first. So, yeah. This was a very fun figure to animate. It's a very like simple figure, so obviously it's easier to animate with. Yeah, it's a good figure to animate with. I really liked it. And of course it's a cool animation. Now onto the figure. I actually do like that it's 360. I know that some of you guys probably thought I was gonna use like some of the 360 aspects. I low-key don't know about that. I might try 360, but you know that's just not the fig for it. I don't feel like I used the figure to its full potential because of that. But either way, the side view is still great, figure is still great, and overall, I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. Now with this figure out the way, let's move on to the next one. Okay, I think this is the first time that I've animated a figure that was in the thumbnail. I don't see people complain about the clickbait, quote unquote, but you know, I don't do it often, so let's do it now. So the first figure of today's video comes by Dello, and I'm gonna be honest, this is already a 10 out of 10. I'm gonna say right now, but I think you guys are noticing it's very laggy. It's a very laggy figure, but I found a workaround, and that is just getting rid of his backpack and these 2 drumsticks, and boom, look, it's already so much cleaner. I think that's the best I'm gonna get. I think I am actually gonna add back a katana, just something for him to hold. And this is a very detailed figure, and it's 360. You know, I'll just show you guys the 360. You guys see how good this figure is, right? Okay, I've actually never animated something like a sword, so you know, it'll be a learning experience for everyone here. This figure's taking a long time to assemble, but that's what you get. It's very impressive. All right, assembly is complete, and I think you guys know what I'm gonna say after this. My plan for this animation is I'm gonna actually use the punching bag from the last one, but I kind of want to have it in this style. Okay, so we're in the little stick maker thingy here. I'm just gonna try and copy this style basically. Let's just make everything a little bit darker. Do I add a gradient? And now we're gonna add like a little, yeah, there we go. Okay, all the stick makers watching, do not hate on me. This is not my expertise. I feel like we're getting somewhere though. There we go. Wait, does it? Oh my days. Okay, yeah, I've decided that stick making really isn't my expertise. I should just stick to animating. But there we go. We have our punching bag. Now it's time to pose, because I actually haven't animated with katanas or swords or any weapons like that ever. So, you know, it'll be a learning experience for everyone here. I want them to already be in a stance. That looks so bad. I have no clue what I'm doing. See guys, sometimes simple is better. All right, let's go over what we have so far. So he's standing there, charges up the sword, stabs. Wait, I just had an idea. So that's the whole like post to post storyline set out. It looks pretty funny when you play it, I'm not gonna lie. Now it's time to actually start animating. It looks so bad. We just gotta trust the process. Hopefully this turns out well. Add a little smear frame. You guys, I'm gonna be honest. This might be the most washed I've ever been for an animation. Alright, now this is where the sword gets stuck, or the katana. So I can finally unjoin that. I'm just blindly animating. I don't think I've previewed it in like 5 minutes. Yeah, okay. It looks very bad, but whatever, man. Well, not whatever, but you know what I mean. YOLO. Well, not YOLO. Not all my animations are gonna be perfect. And it's been like a month, dude. Like... I want to actually try doing animated ragdoll. Maybe the ragdoll will make up for the bad animation. Yeah, but I've actually never animated ragdoll, so it'll be a learning experience. I don't think ragdolls do that. Actually, a lot harder than it looks. You know what? Actually, I messed with it. Actually. Alright, let's see. I mean, yeah, I think all we need is the camera work. I know I haven't talked a lot during this one. This might just be like 90% time lapse. You know, to be fair, it's been a minute. I don't know what to say. And I wasn't expecting this to come out decent. Like this whole time I was animating, I was planning to just restart another day. That's what I do like half the time. Like if the animation doesn't come out good, I'll wait a day and I'll try to record again. That's what I was gonna do here. But it came out decent, so. yeah. You know what? Considering I was about to scrap this whole animation, I'll take this. Now that I'm looking at it, the punching bag does look a little small. Yeah, whatever. I like the animation. I'm gonna get, I already gave the figure 10 out of 10, but you know, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Again, 20 out of 10. This really is like a really good figure. It's very detailed. I've never ever had a fig so detailed where it lags the app out. Like my iPad is overheating right now. All right, for some reason right here, my iPad, I don't know what happened to the recording. It just stopped. So, you know, I'm gonna say it for myself since I didn't get the chance to say it. It was a very cool animation, very cool figure. And let's move on to the next one, or the last one. Yeah. So the last figure of today's video comes in by Gokon, and it's Cole McGarth from the video game Infamous. If you guys don't know what the Infamous video game is, I don't blame you. It's probably older than half you guys watching. But to summarize, his powers are basically, actually he has a lot of powers, but the one I'm going to recreate is like this plasma effect that he has. So, you know, that would be very fun. My plan for this animation is, I kind of want him to like fly up in the air, if that makes sense. So I want him to fly up in the air and then like try to shoot a plasma beam out, but because he's using one hand to balance, he ends up just flying off screen. Yeah, pretty simple, pretty simple. Now the final step, animation. Alright, you know what? I might have locked in for maybe like 10 minutes. This looks pretty good. Alright, now we need to add like the part where he shoots the plasma. Dude, I've cleared my throat like 30 times. What's going on? Oh my days, wait, what on earth? Yo, I didn't know I was this good at anime. I'm gonna keep it on. That actually looks, I haven't previewed this for like maybe 5 minutes. It actually looks good. What if I do single frames in between the triple frame? Maybe. Alright, basically the final animation. Oh my gosh, perfect. Now imagine this with like the effects and stuff. Well, now you don't have to imagine. Yep, I did it all. The background, the effects, the camera work, everything. Yeah, you can thank me later. I know. Save the best animation for last. This is only for the people that like deserve it. Only you guys watching deserve to see this. On that note, I really liked animating with this figure. It's very cool. It's very simple. But, you know, I feel like anybody that's played the game can look at this and immediately tell that it's Cole. So, you know, that's a plus. That's definitely what you want when you make a stick figure. But yeah, compared to all the other submissions that we've had, I'm gonna give this a solid 7.6 out of 10. And usually I'd say like the intro here, but I'm gonna let future Razby take over. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. There's a little announcement at the end. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know it's been 4 months since I've uploaded. Honestly, that's my bad. I've been busy with a lot of stuff, moving and stuff like that. So yeah, it's definitely been busy for me. I haven't had time to do YouTube as much, but you know, thank you guys so much for waiting. Thank you guys for being so loyal to me. I really appreciate that. I love all you guys. On that note though, I do want to take this time to reveal that me and Capsos are doing a collab. It was supposed to be a summer collab, but obviously I was busy this summer, so I didn't really get to like plan everything out and stuff. But yeah, if you want more information about it, you can join the Discord. The link is in the description. But to summarize it, I'm a giant octopus and you have to try to escape from me. So it's a really cool concept. You know, me and Capsos, we've been working on it for a couple months now. So hope you guys check it out. Love you guys. Thank you for watching the video all the way to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.
Blue! I'm running out of ideas.
Dude, what day is it?
Why, it's December 20th.
Interesting.
Wait. I don't like that smell.
Oh, the people are gonna love this.
Cap, I don't like this idea.
Come on.
Oh shit.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Christmas season. It's the Christmas season. Isn't that amazing? I want you guys to comment down below. What would you guys like for Christmas? You know, if you were to ask me what I wanted for Christmas, honestly, I'd want all you guys to like and subscribe. We're trying to grow the community, one post at a time, even though those posts may be, you know, once every 5 months. All that out of the way, the first animation of today comes in by Lyric.1238, and it's a blue emoji, a lock emoji, and a soccer ball emoji. Need I say more? I'm pretty sure I already have blue lock figures. Now, I don't know who these figures are from. This looks a lot like Delo's style. Also, Delo did tell me a little tip to help with the lag. If I just go to options and then turn off show filters, it's a lot less laggy. So we have these two figs here. So my plan for this animation, I kind of want this guy here to like start off the attack. Maybe he'll kick the ball up a couple, maybe dribble past somebody, and then he's gonna play. He's gonna kick the ball overhead to this guy, and then he's gonna control it. And then, you know, pretty simple. So that means I don't need you. Do I even have a soccer ball? I don't even have a soccer ball. Sticknotes.com. Over here. Objects. Oh, what? Would you guys look at that? Who is that? By Razums. Oh, okay. And boom, here we are. Yeah, that looks good. But we're not gonna need it right now because I'm actually gonna animate this guy separately and then do the soccer ball. So, you know, I guess we need a time lapse. Alright, so this is what I have so far, and it might look weird. You guys are just gonna have to wait until I add the ball in. But basically, he's gonna control the ball with his chest, and then he's gonna kick it up with this leg right here to push the ball forward. And then he runs with the ball and maybe dribbles somebody. So then he can, you know, cross it over to the other guy. It's coming along, it's coming along. You guys see what I'm talking about? So boom, controls it and then kicks the ball. I have to kind of like change the run-in animation or the run loop so that it matches the ball. Let me actually just add the ball or animate a little bit of it so you guys know what I'm talking about. There you go. That took actually way longer than I expected. Now I'm kind of scared to animate the rest of this. That ball took, wow, okay. Either way, you guys kind of get the idea. He chests it up and then boom. I'm just gonna finish the rest of this and then I guess I'll get back when it's time to animate the ball. Alright, I made a little bit of progress. Slides and then kicks the ball up. You see the vision. I know you guys see the vision. Come on. And now he's gonna line up for the shot. Alright, this should be the final animation. Yes! Good. Alright, that actually looks really nice. Alright, you guys saw how long it took to add the ball last time, so I'm probably just gonna skip through this part, and I'll come back to you guys after I finish animating the ball. And there you go. The first part of this animation is complete. It looks pretty cool. I added the ground and obviously the ball. And then I also did some camera work. I think it's easier to visualize what I was actually animating now that you have the ball to base it off of. So with this out of the way, you guys might actually think I'm about to animate the second guy like receiving the ball, like I said. Pause. But I actually need to animate the opponents. And how am I going to do that, you may ask? Well, luckily I found this in my library. I don't know where I got this from. If somebody in the comments could tell me, please. But yeah, you have to animate the opponents first. So that's kind of what I'm going to do here. Yeah, I mean, he kind of disappears, but you get the idea. Alright, I think I have the two opponents down. So he chests the ball and then crosses up that guy, slides under that guy, and then passes the ball. Looks pretty cool. And now obviously you guys know what's next. We have to animate the second guy getting the ball and then scoring it in the goal. Alright, here's the second guy, and what I want him to do, I want him to run backwards and then flick the ball up and then turn around and then finish first time. I feel like this is gonna look pretty sick, but we're not gonna know until we animate it, so you know, let's roll the time lapse. Alright, we have like the basic touch. I think I have too many frames here actually. Alright, we just gotta get the landing and then him turning around, then the strike. Should be pretty simple. Alright, let's see. Boom, kicks it, passes it to him. Takes a touch, turn. The hands are a little bit choppy. Actually, I think everything's a little bit choppy. There's some things that could use some work, but I think we're getting there. I think we're almost there. Alright, I think I've done the best I can. I usually limit myself to about like an hour and 30 minutes per animation. So for what it's worth, I think this is pretty good. Obviously, I haven't added the ball and everything. But yeah, you can kind of see the vision. Just like the first part of this animation, I'm gonna skip the part where I add the ball and everything like that. Just because that's just extra footage, you know. But yeah, for now it looks good. And next time you see me, you'll probably see the final animation. And we are finally done with the first animation. I did some camera work, added the ball. It looks really cool. You know what? I'll give myself props. For the first animation of the day, I think it's really important to start off strong, and we started off strong. This is my first time animating Blue Lock, or like animated football or any sport, so it was kind of hard to work with the ball, I can't lie. The physics and stuff like that, you have to keep that in mind, and you also have to make it match up with the player's animations as you're keeping the physics in mind. So yeah, it's a little bit difficult. The ball alone took me probably half an hour to animate. So yeah, props to all those stick-nose Blue Lock animators. Thank you Lyric1238 for submitting this, and let's move on to the second animation. And it is now time for the second animation. Now you guys might be wondering, where's the default figure? I thought we were supposed to be starting the animation. Well, we did. Long story short, the footage kind of got corrupted, but it doesn't really matter. I've only done 32 frames. Now that everything is cleared up, the second animation of today, it comes from Nagio, and it's a spider emoji, a basketball emoji, and what's the name? What? Person bouncing ball. Okay, so yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys already get the idea. I wanted to use this submission as an excuse to remake one of my old animations, and it's basically Miles Morales bouncing a spider ball. So we can already do like a side-by-side comparison right here. This is all I've gotten down so far. Luckily, I had to go do something, so I had to stop the recording, and then I come back and the recording is just not there. So I'm glad I stopped early because now you guys actually get to see me animate the whole thing. Speaking about that, let's roll a time lapse. Alright, so I've basically gotten up to the part where he grabs the ball. Now, apart from the animation that I'm remaking, I have not animated basketball, just like I haven't animated football. So this video is a little bit about getting out of my comfort zone, animating stuff that I wouldn't normally animate. So, you know, it's a learning experience for me and probably for you too. But yeah, I feel like it looks pretty good so far. Now I've just got to transition him into, like, what I want. I kind of want him to stand up on this leg, maybe a pose kind of like this, so then he can throw it. Yeah, I feel like that would actually feel really good. So maybe him transitioning into a pose like this, you know, like shooting it. Oh wow, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Alright, we've got the background and the camera work done. And I was thinking, because I didn't show you guys how I animated the ball last time, I might as well do it now. It's really just extra footage, but you know, maybe some of you guys want to see that. If not, you can be like everybody else and skip to the final animation. You know, either way, viewing the video helps, liking the video definitely helps. Alright, I think I've got the ball down. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm fine with it. Now that we have everything from the first scene complete, it's time to go on to the second scene where the ball actually bounces off the backboard and then gets webbed out. It still looks unfinished, obviously, but you know, once we add the ball and the camera and stuff like that, it should look a lot better. That was a really long time lapse. So what I'm gonna do, just like the last animation, I'm gonna skip the part where I add the ball, but you guys will see a time lapse of like the web and the camera and stuff like that. And you know, I'll get back to you guys after I'm finished adding the ball. And there you go, I've added the ball. Took a little bit longer than expected, but I did add this thing. Well, you just saw it there. I was animating the ball separately from the also I did add some extra frames, like I said, but I was adding the ball separately from the frames, and just by chance at this frame the ball hit his foot, so I was like, wouldn't it be cool if it flung into the other net? And it was cool. I was right. So yeah, this is basically the final animation. All that's left to add is the camera work, really, and I do want to add a background. I feel like that would be nice, and I did have a background in the original, so it only makes sense. But also, like I promised, it's time to add the camera work. Alright, the camera work is done, and now the second to last step, oh well, the third to last step is to obviously add the webs. So it shouldn't take long, but you know, I'll still give you guys a time lapse. Alright, and the web is done. Honestly, I didn't expect it to take that little frames. Yeah, the web was only there for like 7 frames. But overall, the animation looks fine, so it doesn't really bother me. Now, as promised, I will add the background. This is actually dead footage. I mean, I'm just gonna give you guys... Here's what it looks like to add the background. Paste. paste. Yeah, you get the, it's literally dead footage. So with the clap of my hand, this whole thing is gonna be filled with the background. 3, 2. Oh, okay. Wow, we're finished. Did I ever say 1? In some parts of the animation, you can see like the outside of the park. So how I'm gonna fix that is by putting this here, scaling it up, moving it to the back, and making it the same color as the court. And with that, the second to last step is finished. Now you guys might notice I did say second to last because I do want to add something that I haven't added to my Spider-Man animations in a long time. I mean, they're as simple as going here, type in whip, scaling it up, changing the text to white, changing the shadow to black, and using the impact font. And I think that's the final animation. Now obviously I might like refine it a little bit, so what you're seeing on screen might be different from what I actually animated, but like at the core it looks like a pretty good animation, a good way to like visualize how much I've learned. I mean, we can put up the old animation as like a comparison. Obviously the one right now is better, but it's nice to see how practice really does make perfect. If you guys want to, you can check out my 11 principles of stick notes video. That does like, it basically just breaks down everything you need to know to learn how to get good at animating. A lot of people tell me, oh, I follow the principles, I'm still not good. Just practice the principles. Doing the principles isn't what makes you good at animation, it's practice that makes perfect. With that out the way, the second animation is complete, and it's time to move on to the last animation. So the last submission of today's video comes in by Volt_1342, and it's a money bag emoji, a ninja emoji, and a skateboard emoji. Sorry guys, I think my voice is gone. Now I don't have a ninja emoji, but I do have this guy. Whoa. Now I did make this myself. Thank you. Yep. Okay, yep. Thank you. Okay, that's enough. You guys are getting pretty loud. Okay. And of course, we do have the skateboard. Now, I don't know how big a skateboard is supposed to. I didn't even go over my plan. So my plan for this animation, I originally wanted him to like break out a building, and I might still do that. Break out of a building and just start kick flipping and tricks like that, you know? And then I want the cops to be chasing him. And I did find this money bag figure on the Stick Notes website. So now we have something from the hold. I do actually believe, I think my voice is gone. I might not actually talk much this one, but I'm gonna parent it here. And I guess we have to start animating. So I've got a like base little animation here, and I want to test out how I'm gonna actually animate this because I don't know how to approach it. The obvious choice is to animate the robber first and then the skateboard after, so we're gonna see how that looks first. Alright, let's see. Yo! That actually looks really good. Now obviously I'm gonna animate the physics for the money bag and stuff like that, but right now it's just good to focus on the fundamentals before you start overdoing stuff, because that's how you get burnt out when animating, and that's what you want to avoid. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Just gotta animate him falling. Let me drink some water. My voice. Alright, it's the next day, and since that last clip you guys just saw, all I managed to add was about a couple of frames, because I literally went over the whole animation and re-animated the hands. It just didn't follow the physics. So I decided to come up with a new approach. I'm gonna actually animate the body, then I'm gonna animate the hands, then I'm gonna animate the head. I see a lot of professional stick note animators do it, but I've never tried it, so might as well try it today. Alright, the animation is almost finished. At this part here, I'm thinking he grinds over a police car or maybe something like that to escape. And then all I have to animate is him standing up on the skateboard. It shouldn't be too difficult. And I think we have the base animation pretty much sorted and done with. All I've got to do now is add the skateboard, animate the money bag, probably add a background, and probably add some police cars and stuff like that, and we should be good. Alright, I think I'm finished animating the skateboard. Looks pretty good. Definitely adds a lot to the animation. Now you kind of get to see the vision. What I think will really elevate this is the animation of the money bag. And you guys are going to see what I mean right after I finish animating this. And the money bag is finished. If I'm gonna be honest, this animation looks awesome so far. This might be the best Animating Your series video ever, actually. But now that we've got the base animation complete, it's time to move on to the background. And this move-in street background by J70 looks perfect. It matches the wind speed of the bag. Everything is there, and it's a street, so you know it's where the police would be. And having this background actually does allow me to add camera work. I could add camera work without a background, but it would just look weird. This looks awesome so far, actually. The background adds way more than I thought. He jumps up on the sidewalk to grind on maybe a rail or something like that. I want to scrap the idea of him escaping the cops, because you know stealing is never good, and I want to send that message. So how about right here he actually gets caught? Maybe like a cop car comes in and slams him. Alright, I've added like a little part where he gets hit by a cop car or something like that. Now it's time to actually animate the cop cars. So next thing we have to add is a little grind rail. We do have some things to choose from. Yeah, honestly, there's definitely a better way to do this. Alright, I ended up just using a segment and stretching it out like that. And you know, while I was there, might as well add the camera work. Got a little bit carried away, but at the end of the day, that means that the final animation is complete. It's been a nice 3 animations, you know. I already said it before, but this might actually be the best Animating Your episode ever. This was a really fun one to do. I feel like all the animations came out great. If you guys want to see previous episodes, it should be in the middle of your screen right now. Click on that playlist and you'll be able to watch all the Animating Your videos. It's a really cool series and you guys seem to like it a lot. It includes a community. You know, it's December. My wish for Christmas would be for you guys to subscribe. So hopefully you guys enjoy your Christmas, and I guess that's the end of the video. I don't know how to do an outro.